Internal power to enable.
Enabled.
External power to disable.
Disabled.
Primary weapons to enable.
Enabled.
Secondary weapons to enable and prime.
Primed.
Astrogation systems to enable.
Enabled.
Life support to enable. Reflector shields to enable and prime. Targeting systems to enable.
Enabled.
Alpha interface to enable.
Enabled.
Laser interface to prime. Twin lasers to enable. Low bombs to prime. Arc rifle to enable. Range to prime. All systems go.
All systems are go. Weapons primed and ready.
Well, heyo everyone and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into our 123rd stream, where we have Star Fox, which is it's a pretty awesome game. Actually, it's a pretty awesome game, and there's a reason we're playing this pretty awesome game today. If you don't know, some really exciting Nintendo news dropped today. Yes, the SNES Classic Mini Edition Special Limited Feature. I don't, these names. Come on now. But the small version of the Super Nintendo that will be able to connect to your modern televisions via HDMI is officially a thing. Nintendo has announced it to be real. It does exist. It is going to come out in September of this year. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm really excited because, I probably would have been a little bit bitter had I not been able to get my NES. But that was a hard-fought victory to get that NES Classic. And so I'm going to just, I'm going to say, hey, that was worth it. I got it. It's good. I can move on to desire more Nintendo things. Oh, Nintendo, why do you hate me and my wallet? But anyways, I thought it would be really cool. This week is kind of wild, and I was able to stream, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to just talk about this release, talk about our excitement for it. I also just got all 3 of the Zelda Special Edition amiibo, so I'm feeling pretty darn good overall. And how's everyone doing? T, thank you so much for being here early and checking in, saying hi. Hello, Dash. Who else do we have? Artie. Hello, Artie. Shadow Scarab. Hey, oh, Shadow. There you go. You just heard. I've been meaning to get back to you from Discord. But yes, I did get the 3 Zelda amiibo. I have a fun story on that, actually. I'll tell you in a minute. And Jake. Hello, Jake. Welcome to the stream. I really wanted to catch your stream, and I just missed it. You were just wrapping up. So I'm bummed. But listen to this awesome Star Fox music for a moment. Isn't that great? I love it. Star Fox is awesome. All right. So today, I busted this game out from the shelf. I took a look. I said, you know what, Star Fox, we need to try and see what we can do. And yeah, it's been a long time since I've played the original Star Fox. I should probably familiarize myself a bit with the controls and all of that. Let's see here. Okay, that's how we fly around. All right, awesome. Let's see. This is how we boost. Okay, cool. We can do that. This is how we can break. Who uses that anyways? Bombs, that's always good. Lasers, yay! Ooh, flashy lights. And of course, well, we can do this. We can do this. We can do that! That's what everyone wants to see. Do a barrel roll, Fox. Oh, man. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Let's see. T says, and Dash says, this takes me back. T says, I got a Zarya skin in Overwatch. Cool. I really should play Overwatch sometime. And Jake says, I must say, I didn't really like Star Fox Zero at all. Oh, that's too bad, but I have mixed feelings on it. Really quickly. Oh, that's right. I should actually fly. Really quickly. Oh, I think I need to adjust the audio and boost it just a bit. So let's see if I can actually fly one-handed here for a minute and raise some volume levels. Oh man, this takes skill. This takes skill. Oh, and he made it. Oh, now he's got to get. There we go. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I have mixed feelings on Star Fox Zero. It was good, but honestly, oh, I was meant to break there. I admit I didn't really care for the motion controls in it. I think it's just kind of sad because that was really meant to be this fun, you know, I mean, that was the hope for the Wii U in the first place, right? Is you'd have this really cool, shoot, I've already forgotten the, what was the title? Oh, asynchronous gaming, right? We would have asynchronous gaming with the gamepad as well as the TV. And I believe in the concept. There are a lot of really cool instances of it being used well. I think the best in Nintendo Land. But in Star Fox Zero, I just don't really feel like it worked. But then again, I also think that the best Star Fox games are the original as well as Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 is just perfect. And I really just want more on-rails shooters because they're awesome. In fact, in Star Fox 64, I wasn't even a huge fan of the 3D or of the all-terrain mode, you know. I'd rather just the on-rails parts of it. But let's see if nostalgia has colored my opinion of Star Fox as we play this right now. As I said, it's been a while. But quick, I have to say the story about the amiibo Shadow is that I was really worried. I managed to get. Oh, that was the wrong button. Okay, I think that's enough training. I managed to get the Best Buy exclusive, which was the Majora's Mask version. I was able to get that, and that was good. I had that all set aside, and we were all great. I didn't get, or I was waiting on the Skyward Sword one. It ended up being the day of, and it still hadn't been up for pre-order on Amazon, which was really odd. And then the one that I missed out the pre-order on was at GameStop. So I was really bummed. You know, I thought, I'm not going to be able to get this. But it just so happened that in looking up online, hold on, I should probably read this. Star Fox team, our last resort is to counterattack Venom. Good luck. I'm going to get back to some comments in a moment. I'm just going to finish the story first. Anyways, I was really bummed. I thought, I'm not going to get it, but I found this GameStop that said it had some in stock, and it wasn't open yet, but it was the day of release, and I went, and there were a few people there waiting in the parking lot, and I thought, uh-oh, you know, this is it. I'm not going to get it. And I got out of the vehicle. I walked over to the door, and I saw them get out as well, and of course I wasn't going to try and, you know, oh, well, I got to the door first kind of thing. I just, you know, let them take their place. I said, amiibo hunting? And one said, actually, I work here. And he said, the other guy said, yeah, I am. And the person who worked there said, "All right, you're number 1 to the other guy, and you're number 2 to me." And then we proceeded to talk Amiibo. We proceeded to play the Switch. I brought my Switch and played. I brought. What did I bring? I brought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we played that. It was really fun. And a few other people joined us, and it turns out they had 4 of the Amiibo in stock, and unfortunately 5 of us waited in line, so one unlucky person didn't get it, but I was able to get it. I was really pumped. I was really excited. And then probably about a half hour later to maybe an hour later, I get the alerts that on Amazon, for Prime members only, which is great because I am a Prime member. It works well with Twitch, by the way, if you don't know. And if you can get it, it's a nice thing. For Prime members only, the Skyward Sword Amiibo, the one I really wanted the most, was up for sale. So I was very lucky and fortunate to be aware of when that went live, and I got it. And I actually got it today in the mail. So all 3 Amiibo, I'm really excited about that. And it's a pity the Twilight Princess Link Amiibo does the exact same thing as the Super Smash Bros. Link one did. Does it really? That was kind of my least favorite of the 3, to be honest, anyway, but I didn't realize it was the same. Huh. Alright, Jake says 64 was my favorite. Yeah, 64 is a gem of a game. I feel like if the controls of this game or if the controls of Star Fox 64 were in the actual levels of this game, I mean, that would be a really cool, project for someone to do. That would be like that'd be such a great Star Fox game. I'd really enjoy it because the controls, the graphics, everything was so smooth. If you notice, I didn't realize this when I went and loaded up this game. It surprised me that this game doesn't actually stretch to the full resolution of your TV. So you'll notice there's kind of this, I won't even say letterbox, it's just this border. And I'm certain, and I feel like I might have heard this somewhere, that, yeah, they actually had to lower the resolution of the SNES in order to render these 3D polygons and everything, even with the FX chip, which is quite a powerful chip. And oh no, Jake can't function well at the moment, oh no. But yes, Prime is great. Dash says, yeah, 64 had some great levels, plus the multiplayer matches were a lot of fun. And yes, they really were. Multiplayer is where it's at on that game. Oh shoot. Alright, let's actually concentrate on this here, not read. Also, apologies if you go slightly inactive playing Fallout 4, you're hooked. Hey, no worries, Jake. Like I said, I feel bad. I saw that you were online. I'm like, as soon as I get home, I can. And no, sadly, that did not end up being the case. But how did your stream go, Jake? If you can pull yourself away from Fallout 4 for a moment. But anyway, yes. So I have signed up for all of the alerts that I can at this point for the SNES. Classic Edition, because I really don't want to camp out in the rain for 13 hours yet again. I told my friend Hamabe Boy that this was out, and we kind of gave each other this knowing look, like, yeah, we're pre-ordering this time. Yeah, that's it. He thinks that he needs new headphones because I have to use some Skylanders headphones that I got when I was 8 or something. Uh-oh. That sounds cool. Uh-oh, Jake says, well, that's new. Fallout 4 just black screened my PC. Uh-oh. Oh, I hope that's not... Ew. That doesn't sound good. Shadow says, well, the Smash Link Amiibo gives you the Twilight Link armor set and Epona, and Twilight Princess Link Amiibo is just a space taker, essentially. Now, this is odd. I was under the impression, honestly, that that they were different. Are you sure it's not just similar? I mean, it gives you the same kind of thing, but aren't they a little different? Isn't the Twilight Link armor just a little bit different than the Super Smash Bros. Link armor? I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that it is. I think anyway. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty. I feel confident in saying that. Let's say that. They do look different, but the items they give you on Breath of the Wild are the same. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Now, did I miss any? I apologize again if I missed any comments here because I was a little bit distracted. But let me just scroll up and make sure. It looks like, yeah, 0... Wait, what is it? Oh, 0... Oh, here. Wait, hold on a second. I did miss some stuff. We've got... Truth be told, I haven't played any Star Fox games, T says. Oh, well, T, welcome to the wonderful world of Star Fox. And Jake says, hashtag ManaPro, I assume, regarding my one-handed flying. And then, yeah, Zero looked to be a great legacy for 64, but then concentrated too much on the controller, not a lot in the game. Yeah. And you already pre-ordered the Hero Amiibos, by the way. Yes, me too, Shadow. PC's back, stream was good. Started and almost half finished an entire Guardian farm. Oh, dang. How do you get so much done in Minecraft? I don't understand, Jake. It's quite impressive. Andross's forces intend to build a base in this area. Destroy their rock crusher. We can do that.
Good luck.
Right? I think we can. Oh, here they come. Wing damage. Now, should we do cockpit? I don't really like cockpit view, to be honest. Yeah, let's switch out of cockpit view. I always preferred the third-person view here. What do you, Dash? What was your favorite? Did you ever switch out of third-person view or switch out of cockpit view in this level, or did you always stick with the default there? Oh, there's the centipede. Yeah, the hero or the other all the Zelda amiibos, amiibo. Excuse me. Plural of amiibo is amiibo. Oop, almost. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there. Sorry, Slip. Yeah, so Star Fox 64 is amazing. I remember when the VHS that they sent came out, right? So they actually released this little VHS and they sent it to probably to Nintendo Power subscribers and people who were, you know, somehow on their list. Probably Nintendo Power subscribers, of which I was one. And it was this whole little thing where they had, let's see, was it the one? Yeah, it was the one where they Sega and Sony capture, right? Am I making, yeah, this is the right one. Sega and Sony capture the Mario, and it's this like Mario doll, which I actually had. I had the exact same one that they used in this video. And they were like torturing Mario to get all the secrets about Star Fox 64, including the modes and everything. And they were all, I mean, it's just this like these two clumsy oafs that, you know, Sega and Sony were. And you know, the hip Nintendo representative skydives in. That's right. He has a parachute and lands and all this stuff. And, you know, of course, there's one traumatic scene where Mario is in a vice grip with, I think, a car battery hooked up to him or something like that at another time. Anyway, they, yeah, it's very, very disturbing. And at the end, they all are playing, and Sega and Sony are just looking at each other and say, "That's it, it's over. You know, we can't compete with this." And then Nintendo says, "Well, that's not even everything," and busts out the Rumble Pack. The Rumble Pack. You remember the Rumble Pack when that came out? That was revolutionary. That was revolutionary. Like, no way. That's so wild. Rumble in your games. I remember that was just amazing. Dash thinks that mostly he played in third-person view. And Jake says, "All right, Fallout for take 2. The 90s were a wild time for advertising, Dash says. That is true, they were. Now the Rumble device is in all controllers, exactly. Yeah, you don't even have to like swap it out for for a save card or something like that. Man, those were the days. And Mario Kart 64, you only use the Rumble Pack unless you are uploading or saving your ghost. so funny. Oh man. Jake says the stream was 6.5 hours and I was fairly focused and I didn't get sidetracked at all. Nice. And T says pew pew pew. Yeah, that's Star Fox for you. Is this tickling the nostalgia itch for anyone? This is really fun. I'm not sure if we're gonna beat it. I'm pretty rusty as you can tell, but man, it is fun. Alright, we're at the Space Armada. Let's go for it. The Space Armada consists of powerful battleships. Destroy their energy cores.
Good luck.
You know, and I didn't even realize at the time when I first played this game that this is, you know, a 3D game. I mean, it didn't even really occur to me. You know, these are polygons. I mean, this is a 3D game running on a Super Nintendo. It's really cool. Well, let's see if we can do this secret here. Isn't that, don't you have to hit all of those rings and fly through them and then you speed up as you go? Is that how it works? Oh man, I don't remember a lot of stuff here. Eyes forward, Fox. Sorry. I guess I was maybe hitting Falco. That's rather unfortunate. So, T, though, I mean, you know the Star Fox characters through Smash Brothers and things like that, right? Should we go in? Yeah, we should go in. Dash says, if I remember right, this is one of my favorite levels, reminding me a lot of Star Wars. Oh yeah, like totally. This right here is what the Death Star run at the end of Super Return of the Jedi should have been, right? Like, that whole Mode 7 vomit-inducing level. So a lot of respect for, yeah, like, see right there, we're destroying the core of the Death Star. And T says a few of them, yeah, you know a few of the characters. You probably know Falco's whole personality, probably pretty well, I would think. Oh, yeah, so yeah, you have to hit this triangle, right? Is that how it works? Oh, maybe that's not what I was thinking. It looks like a Zeppelin in space, doesn't that, down there? And if we get these 3 glowing... And that's the other thing I loved about Star Fox, is, you know, not sure if you should hit something. Is it glowing and flashing? Then yes, hit it. It's not? Ah, then don't worry. Alright, Peppy Hair is going to follow us in. Very Return of the Jedi, Dash says. Yes. Eee! What? Oh, I have to hit that maybe. Instead of hit it, I mean shoot it. I shouldn't hit it. Yeah, okay. Oh, boo. I should have done that a lot better, but oh well. There we go, got another bomb. We are good on bombs, I'll tell you that. Oh man. What is this? There we go. And there's the core. Eek. There we go. Piece of cake. Easy breezy. Oh man. T says, I know there's Fox, Falco, Wolf, and a guy that tells you to do a barrel roll. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. By the way, if you type into Google, do a barrel roll, the entire screen flips. Well, I guess it doesn't flip. It actually does a barrel roll. Well, what is it? It's technically not a barrel roll in space. There's it's one of those things that Game Theory did a whole episode on. But Fox, Falco, Peppy is the guy that tells you to do a barrel roll. What about Slippy Toad? You didn't mention Slippy Toad. Was that a purposeful omission? Because in Star Fox 64, there is, I'd say, a Jar Jar Binks level of mistrust of the character. I won't. Okay, dislike. Let's not color our words here. Dislike of the character. What is Whoa, that. Oh, that's clever. Oh man. So apparently we need to try to. Oh. If another door like that comes, it's going to move in that direction, so we just need to be... We could have shot it... Oh, shoot. We could have stayed in the same spot and shot it. Oh, we lost our wing. I hate when that happens. Now we're back to our single laser. No fair. And we kind of list. We're a listing ship right now. So, aw. Yeah. T says, cool. I don't know many of the characters. Yep. No worries. Oh yeah, this is really... It is very Star Wars-like. Dash, I totally get why you like this. This is so cool. So, okay, let's go back to the SNES Classic Edition for a moment. The whole lineup of games... We might have to talk about this towards the end of the stream. Maybe I'll pull up the website for it. By the way, I never did buy the Spin Fighters. I didn't. I held off. And I'm glad I did, because now I need to save up for an SNES Classic Edition. But yeah, no, the lineup of games on it is terrific. Fewer games. If I haven't actually had the time to really look at it today. I just know that it exists. I saw briefly the website that has it. The Nintendo's official website, what games are on there. I said this all looks great, and sign me up for pre-order notices and notifications. So we will see. Hopefully, we will be able to procure one of these fine devices. But and Dash says, "Way to stay strong, man." Thank you. We pulled through. But anyway, the games list, I think it's fewer, but they're really solid games, no filler. Be sure to use your retros if you're going too fast. Be careful with my arrow wings. So, yeah, no, let's see. I mean, just in terms of pure gaming goodness. Also, okay, hold on. Let's talk games first, because I should stay on topic. Excellent games. Not a single one is bad. Now, I did get into a little bit of a conversation with someone about a few, as they see it, omissions. And they made the argument that they feel Donkey Kong Country 2 is a superior game to the original and should have been on there, maybe even instead of the original. And I said, I disagree. I think it should have been all three or just the original. But that brings me to the other sort of point, which is, I think it's very sad that there is no Mega Man, I almost said X-Men. No Mega Man X 2 and 3 or Mega Man 7 and or Harvest Moon. And the reason I say that for those particular games is those are fine games that are extremely expensive now on the secondhand market. So it's just it's nearly impossible to get those games for any kind of decent price. So I thought it would have been a nice thing to include those, since Earthbound, another game which is incredibly expensive, and even to some extent Super Mario RPG, that can be an expensive game. Those are on there. So I thought, and the Mega Man X series, especially the later two installments, are extremely expensive. I don't own Mega Man X3, which is why I thought it would be really nice. And I don't own Mega Man 7, so really it's purely just my selfish interest there. Which makes it where I would have liked it. But most of the games I have, to be honest, but with a few exceptions. I'm actually I realized I still do not have a copy of Super Castlevania 4, which is it is my favorite Castlevania game. By far, hands down. Better than Symphony of the Night, in my opinion. And please do not hunt me down for that statement. I'm trying to think what else is on there. I mean, obviously, okay, the big one, I'd mention it. Secret of Mana is on there. Holy cow! Someone also made the statement it would have been neat if Secret of Mana 2 had an official US release, but I mean, honestly, if they didn't do it in the collection, I could not see Square Enix taking the time to make an official translation into English for just this device. It's a very niche device. But I love that Nintendo decided that they're going to release the sequel to this game. So, T, you said you're new to Star Fox. There's a little bit of history here. When Star Fox came out, it was late in the 16-bit era, and the N64 was being developed. And a sequel almost immediately went into effect, it went into development after this game because it was so successful. And it was actually a completed game. Shigeru Miyamoto and the team made an entire Star Fox 2. And it had a lot of elements that actually were used in Star Fox 64. It was a completed game, could have gone actually to market. More and more is being revealed, or has been revealed in recent years, and what's interesting is it was ready for market. Basically, it was pulled kind of last minute, and we done blowed up. And apparently the reason was because Star Fox 64 was on the horizon, and the fear was that you would see maybe these competing 3D games and a lot of these ideas. Well, actually, I don't even know if 64 was in development at the time. But I think it was, actually. Yeah, no, I believe it was, is what I heard. And the fear was that, these games would be sort of, I guess, yeah, it wouldn't, they would be too similar, and people maybe wouldn't want to upgrade to an N64. And remember, this is also during a time where Sega was really struggling because they put too many consoles out in a short amount of time. I think Nintendo was trying to play it safe as well. They didn't want to have too much out there where people would start to think, Nintendo's just doing cash grabs and stuff. So, yeah, the game never was released, and eventually it was leaked online, and more was kind of learned about the game. And then today we have the announcement that it will officially be in the pack. I just can't believe that. By the way, can you hear the game music enough? Do you want me to boost it? If you want me to change that, if you want me to up the game music, just let me know. And then Dash says, oh man, Mega Man X, there's a game I'd love to revisit. Well, it's on the SNES Classic Edition, Dash. And the SNES Classic Edition comes with 2 controllers instead of 1, and they have 2 extra feet of cords, so awesome. But yeah, that's another really nice thing, because I ended up getting through actually buying Hamabe Boy's second controller, official controller. I do have 2, but for being a $9 controller you're supposed to be able to buy, they were sure hard to come by, so that was unfortunate. Oh man. Come on, we have 2 more of these. No. All right, last one. Oh dear. Yes, boom. And Dash says, no. Oh dear. All ships check in. Very cool. Not too bad, not too bad. This is a very good, things are going well. And Dash says, "Yay, you did it!" We are at Venom now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Venom, the final goal. Andross is hiding on Venom. Fox, you must find his core brain and destroy it. Here we go, Dash says. Okay. Oh, hold on just a moment. We're going to do a quick pause here. He is back. The mana is back. The mana is back, back. There we go. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to take a moment. As you probably know, oh, watch your aim, Fox. Oh shoot, let's get out of this mode. T says, I think it might have been a telephone. Yes. As you may recall, Ms. Mana is out of town, and so yeah, so we're getting our calls in, and unfortunately just trying to figure out schedules and stuff, so they are all busy over there. But anyway, here we go, Venom. We're just about to is this gonna be like a really quick game? Actually, I do remember this final section being really tough as nails. So we'll see. I'm not gonna get my hopes up on this one. Oh, I didn't get it all. Oh, darn. How did people actually back in the day get everything in this? I remember renting this game. That was the first time I played it. I rented it from a small, like, general store. I mean, I'm not even joking. This was in like a very rural area. And it was a general store that had everything in, you know, very general store-like ways. You know, these wooden shelves and everything. And they had this one little corner where they had video games. And they were, I think it was like, I mean, it was so cheap. It was ridiculous. It was like $1 for a week to rent these games. And they're just, I mean, for a lot of people. And so they had Super Metroid and Star Fox. And those were the two... that was the first time I played both of those games. It was because of that little general store that I was able to play both of those games. And speaking of Metroid, oh my goodness, we're going to get some Super Metroid game playing going on at some point. Don't you worry. Don't be concerned at all. we will play through Super Metroid, especially as we get closer to the release of Metroid Prime 4. Though to be fair, I've never played all of the Metroid Primes, so maybe we should actually play through that series. I do have the trilogy on the Wii, and recently was given, and I mean this, it was given, hold on, no, this wasn't one that I was given. No, I at a garage sale, I found, that's the one it was, I found Metroid Prime for the GameCube, and I picked it up and like 5 other GameCube games for like $5. I was like, yeah, I have it on the Wii, but, you know.
Pew pew. Line scale.
Thank you so much, Acrelia. Oh no! Oh, phew! I thought that Acrelia was gonna make me play a song right there on the spot. So close, 2 of 3. Acrelia, welcome to the stream, pew pew. Oh man. And there are other routes, Dash says. That's true. Andros himself was no slouch for sure. And Acrelia, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that. That's so generous. Oh, I gotta remember this whole thing. Oh, this whole level. Acrelia, do you remember this? Do you remember this particular area? This game? These levels? Oh my goodness. Oh, Slippy, you're always getting in trouble. Alright, let's take care of that. Now let's take care of this. Thank you for the bits, Acrelia. 321 bits. Oh, that really is very generous. Thank you so much, Acrelia. Sorry, Slippy. Thought I had you, Acrelia says. Whoa, Slippy! That was so Slippy. That's not even fair. Yeah, that whole like two to the oh boogers. Oh. This is rough. Acrelia, did you see the news about the SNES Classic Edition? I'm so pumped. I need to start saving now. And I hope the pre-orders don't go up like today or tomorrow or something, because with Splatoon 2 coming out, like basically it's at the point where, you know, I mean, I don't have endless money, you know, come on people, come on Nintendo, I can't, I can't be spending all the monies, so, but I might actually postpone getting Splatoon 2 just to get the SNES Classic Edition pre-ordered, because I don't want to stand out in the rain. I don't want to camp out for another of these devices. But, oh, I goofed. Oh. That looked intense. Acrelia, you had your first ever interview today. It went reasonably well. All a learning curve. We got a game over. Oh noes. Well, that is really cool, Acrelia. I did see that, and I thought of you when I saw that in the Discord there. That is really cool. Congratulations on that. I hope it went well. I'm sure it is all going to work out just great. You just in how you write and in our community and everything, I can tell you have a teacher's soul. You're going to be an excellent teacher. I'm sure you're going to find a permanent place. No problems. And Acrelia says, and no, I'm too young for these games. I did see the SNES Classic announcement. Good stuff. You're too young for these games. Acrelia, you're making me feel old. Oh, man. That's all right, Acrelia. I won't hold it against you. All right. Oh, yes, good. We can continue. Good. I was worried about that. Look at that derpy Fox McCloud there. Look at that. Oh, you can play with... Oh, that's right. You can play with this. Oh, this was always so cool. You could play with the 3D model. Like, little things like this were just Nintendo being like, hey, you want to see what 3D can do? Look how cool this is. Wow. I'm getting dizzy. Dang it, Andros, Dash says. We have 2 credits. Ooh. Oof. Wait, whoa, Aurelia. Am I seeing things? Okay, I'm definitely seeing things. I thought for a minute there that emoji that you used, or emote that you used in the last message was an animated one. Like, I thought it was a GIF. Like, legit thought that it was clapping its hands for a minute. I think my eyes... I think my eyes... Oh! Hey, we played all of the cool... You know, played Batman and stuff. We were doing all the stuffs and things with the superheroes last time. So I just finished the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Netflix. And I thought it was a very good season. It was a very good season. Weird in so many ways, but really cool. Andros is hiding on Venom Fox. You must find his core brain and destroy it.
Good luck.
Alright, let's do this. Alright. Alright, so I need to remember... Draw distance. Draw distance. Come on, Nintendo. Come on. That wasn't fair. Alright, let's see if we can do it. By the way, I feel like someone might need to check and see if there's some wormholes. Now that we are here, you know? Although it would have been more appropriate in the actual wormhole level. Or is it a black hole level? What was that level? Stay to the side, stay to the side. No, no! Oh, man, okay. Yeah, oh no! Oh, man. Oh, this is... I remember all of this. Oh, why, I was too close. Oh, man, that could have been bad. Boom. Mind your own business, I totally saved you there, Falco. Come on, man. Yeah, I would love to see another just real classic, straightforward Star Fox game. No tactics or, you know, strange controls. Just an honest-to-goodness, well-done, on-rail shooter. I mean, shoot, even, you know, include some motion controls with the Joy-Cons if you want. But, you know, just make a good, honest-to-goodness, on-rails Star Fox game. That would be really cool. That's my hope. I would love to see one of those on the Nintendo Switch. Because I feel like the last good on-rail shooters probably what that I can think of. I mean, oh shoot. Ah, oh no. So sad. What I probably was like Panzer Dragoon on the Xbox or something like that. Or no. Well, it is technically that genre, but I don't know if you'd count it. What is the name of that game? Shoot, there was one on the N64, and then they made a sequel. Oh, it's Sin and Punishment, the Wii one. That was a good game. That was a really good game. I don't know if you'd call it a hidden gem, but well, a little bit. It was definitely a one that flew under the radar for a lot of people. Mostly because it was a Japanese-only N64 game that it was a sequel to, so most people in the West were like, what? What is this? And it has a weird title. Come on now. But that is a good on-rail shooter, but it's different from, like, Star Fox. I'd rather pilot a ship, really. Oh, man, this is tough. Oh, I should probably use bombs. I've got bombs, you know that? Oh, snappity. Aurelia, I only had a Game Boy as my first console until I was 8. I played SNES a bunch at neighbors, then we upgraded to N64s. Nice. Oh, bombs away! I don't know if we did any damage there. But there was another FX chip supported game besides Star Fox that I actually really enjoyed, and it was Stunt Racer FX, I think was the name of it. It was just a really fun little racing game. Yeah, I was just realizing it because this little baddie kind of looks like one of the cars from that game. No! And you think motion controls could work as well? Yeah, I definitely think that, Acrelia. I mean, you could do both, you know, similar to Mario Kart. I think it would definitely work well, especially with the Joy-Cons. You could even do something like how in ARMS you move the Joy-Cons together and, oh dang, I wanted to get that. I often explain it to Artie as a flight stick when she was asking about how I move around with the thumbs up grip. So if it's already reminding me of a flight grip or flight stick, you know, or you know, plane's wheel, then why not just go all the way and actually have it be just that? That would be so cool. And you could use the buttons on the top, like your firing, you know, firing your lasers, and then, you know, a side button could be the bombs. That would be really cool, actually. Oh man, I am really liking this idea now. I'm thinking this could work well. Nintendo, do you need someone to help you with conceptualizing games? No, they say. To which I say, oh. Okay, Nintendo. Speaking of Artie, you still here or have you fallen asleep? I know that it's been a long day for you, my friend. And Acrelia says, right, that's exactly what I was thinking. Awesome, we're on the same wavelength. Acrelia, you and I, we should make our pitch to Nintendo and then ask them to hire us. You could be the official teacher of Nintendo staff. I think that could be a thing. You could be the you could translate you could be a translator and translate all of Nintendo's games into Irish. That would be amazing. Oh, come on. Man, this guy is so ridiculously powerful. No, get that. No. Oh man. These bombs like don't do anything. Shoot. Come on. No, I thought I was gonna do it that time too. NT says, I think I zoned out a bit there. No, we got a game over again. We only have 2 credits. We might not beat this game. We might have to do all that again. Dash says localization is a very important service, right? I can't remember if there's a 0 credit. I don't know if we have 1 more shot or 2. Oh man, I need to drink some water here. And thank you for reminding me of that, Dash. I kind of remembered that being the case, but then I was like, oh, was it? Because I think it was different in 64.
Good luck.
I can't remember. All right, let's see. Are we going to do it this time? Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm gonna try and... Oh! I was just about to say I'm going to make it a goal to not get hit at all in this approach to the boss. Because the sad thing is, this is not even the hardest part. So it's definitely showing how rusty I am. That was a nice deflection. Nope, that was a bad one. Sigh. Sighs and suspiration there. Go to the side. Whew, okay, sorry, you know I'm on full-on concentration mode here. Let's see if we can do it. always remember this being such a just spooky level. The atmosphere on it is just really scary. I think it's the clouds, you know? Look at that just eerie golden brown. It's like burnt ochre sky. You know, a storm is a-brewing here on Venom. Alright. Apologies for being fairly inactive. Just defeated a boss in Fallout, but it took 10 missiles. Oh, Jake, you do not have to apologize. I appreciate that you're here and listening or lurking or whatever the case may be. I really do appreciate that, and you do not have to apologize. And congratulations, GG on that. But, you know, 10 missiles. I feel for you. Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh! Oh, dear. Okay, come on. Alright, well, now we've got the twin blasters. That's good. We should have gotten that before, but I definitely shouldn't have gotten them the way that I did. Ah, darn. There's not a huge demand for Irish translation, and the pay is not worth it for someone like me, who's a slow typist. But it is important. True that, Acrelia. Well, if I ever make a video game, maybe I'll enlist your aid in. Well, it'll be an English and Irish game. Just that's what it'll be. No, actually, I'm really excited for the RPG Maker on the Nintendo 3DS because you can actually make games on it, then upload it to a store, and all of the games are played through this games player, which is a free download. And so I've actually been thinking about, I've got all these ideas that I wanted to do and implement maybe in Minecraft, but now I'm thinking some of those ideas might work better with something kind of like that. Then my question though is, do I want to do the 3DS route, or do I want to go with the PC version because, or other programming tools that are kind of simplified programming tools? I don't know anything about it. I don't have time. This is kind of a pipe dream. This is a someday thing. Who knows? But that's all the more reason that maybe, you know, if I ever am going on a long plane ride or something, maybe I'll test my hand at that 3DS option. And it would be really cool if that also came out for the Switch, but we'll see. Who knows? Jake says it was a legendary Deathclaw. It also took me 35 minutes to defeat. Oh man, I would love to chat more, but Fallout addiction. Anyways, the Deathclaw, that's what Fizz was up against, right, last night? Oh man, this boss. Ugh, Jake, this boss is cruel. Durson to like this boss. Ah, shucks. Okay. Alright, well that was helpful. We have pretty decent shields. We might stand a chance this time, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much. Grrr. Yes, that was a Deathclaw. Okay, cool. I've never played any of the Fallout games. To be honest, I didn't even know that it was... I didn't even know who Bethesda was until Skyrim, and even at that, long into Skyrim being a thing. When Skyrim came out, a buddy of mine who's big into PC gaming first showed me the game and made a point to say, you know, this is incredible, you'd really like it. And I was like, yeah, I could totally see myself getting into it. But I didn't have a PC capable of running the game, and for all I knew, it only was a Steam game. I mean, not that it would have made much difference. I didn't have a 360 either, or a PS3. But in any event, yeah, I'm actually pretty excited that it's coming to the Switch. I don't think I'll be getting it anytime soon because I already have a big file in the PC. But I feel like it's one of those games that I'm going to kind of keep my eye on, and if I ever see an opportunity where I'm like, you know, I'd really like to just play through Skyrim just for, you know, my own enjoyment and start a new character and in portable mode, then I might take the plunge. But I've got already a pretty long list, significant list of Switch games I'd like to get, including Minecraft, because that's going to be really cool. I am holding off, though, for a physical release of it, which I think is supposed to come out with the big update that's coming out. The big graphics update. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, no, 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 no. No! Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, that was really painful. Oh, man. Okay. Come on. Steer clear, steer clear, steer clear. Come on, do damage. Yes! We did it! Oh, man. We did it. We did it. Dash says, Fallout is a fun series. It was an isometric RPG. Really? For the first and second games. And then it jumped to a semi-first-person RPG with Fallout 3. And Fallout 3 is good, but New Vegas is still my all-time favorite. I haven't gotten into 4 yet. Your computer's too old. Oh. Ooh, Fox, you are indeed a worthy foe. But your foolish efforts are futile. Oh, man. I am legit nervous right now. Oh! Oh! I don't have much shield here. Your Arwings have no chance against me. Oh man. Alright, here we are, Andros. Oh man, no! I didn't think that was gonna last long. Whew. Jake says I've played Fallout 3, Vegas, and 4. Vegas is good, but 4 is just too good. Okay. It's our last life here. I really didn't see myself winning that one, but alright. I've got to figure out... Ooh, that was... How did I manage to goof that up, huh? Oh no! Again. I've got to save all my life for Andros. Oh, man. So that's what the assist trophy is of. Ah, yes, Jake, indeed. That is true. That is exactly right. So many Star Fox references in Smash. Oh. Oh, we're getting sucked in. There we go. All right. Yeah, it was fun to watch Fizz play Fallout 4. I didn't see as much of it as the other games, but yeah. So you were playing Fallout 4, you said in your stream. I'll have to check out one of your Fallout 4 streams, see a little bit more about it. But I have to say I'm interested in the isometric games. Was that something that was true of the Elder Scrolls series as well? And then it evolved into the engine that they use now? Or is that just totally unrelated and I'm just being foolish? Okay, good. This is good. Now we've got actual Andros in a box. Andros in a box. Andros in a box. Oh shoot, I just wasted that bomb. Andros in, and no! We didn't do it. Oh dear. Oh, this is so close. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'm so low on health. Come on, Andros. Play fair here. Play fair. Oh, if I pull this out, it will be a minor miracle. Oh man. Oh no. No. Oh, this is my expert commentary here of no's and yeses. We've degraded into that now. Oh man. My nerves. Oh, come on. No, get away. Oh man, alright. Hit hit Andros in a box. Hit Andros in a box. Hit Andros in a box. No, you weren't supposed to move, Andros. There we go. Okay. Okay. We hit Andros in a box. Final form? Oh, wait. Is there... How does this work again? Wait, what? What's going on? What's going on? No. Did I just... Wait, what? No. Wait, what? Ah! Oh, I beat it. That can't be the end of the game. What? No. What? No. What? No. Wait, did I just... No, wait, what? No, wait, what? Wait, what? 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 Did... What? 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 I just beat it. Friends, lend me your ears. I just beat Star Fox. Oh man, hey, slightly fuzzy with the what? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. There we go. Look at that. We just beat. Oh man. Oh, I gotta read some of this. Insert what emote here, Jake says. Oh my gosh. So Dash. Wait. So, let's see. Dash says. Oh, hold on a second. Oh no, hold on. T says I didn't know my name was Jake. Oh shoot, I must have called T Jake. I'm sorry. And then Dash says it's so funny that he pulls in your lasers too. Dash says it's kind of similar, but with Elder Scrolls they still tried to do a sort of first-person adventure. There were just a lot of limitations due to graphics early on.
Roger. I'm heading back to Corneria.
Some good quality voice samples there. Jake says it looks like you're fighting a trophy from something? I don't know what that is. And Acrelia says, shh, we're pew-pewing here. Physics don't matter, Dash. Dash says, I'm not complaining. T's laughing. Dash banished to the negative zone. And then, yes, all of the what's GG? Maybe? Did I what? What happened? Well, that happened, T says. In before Andros comes back in the credits, Fuzzy says. Dash says, what's not to understand? You shot up Andros' weird metal face, sent him to the Phantom Zone from the Superman movies, then flew off with your buds. So simple. And Jake says, GG, you beat Minecraft. You killed the cube. Mission complete, T says. My dudes, we beat Star Fox, and oh my gosh, that is too funny. And maybe I should also count it as beating Minecraft. I'll have to put that down. Wow, that's a shorter game. That took an hour. That took an hour. That was, and well, I'd say even less because I spoke a lot in that time. T says, now what? Well, I mean, honestly, Fuzzy says, well, time to play the other 20 games coming out on the Classic. Dash says, lol, still two more routes that there are. Wait, actually, yeah, let's take a little pause and look at the Classic. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to see how I want to do this here. Ooh, what's this? Well, that was massively epic. That was so good. Acrelia also, that was amazing. Acrelia says, oops, oh my gosh, I just dropped everything right there. Acrelia says, did the levels, beat the bosses, dodged my shot at throwing a song on you, all in an hour's work. Indeed. T says, I wonder if this works. 6 Art of Mana. Nope. Worth a try. All right. Ooh. Acrelia just gave T a high five, and it was 4% effective. Ouch. And Dash says, 6 fingers, I believe I know someone who's looking for you. Who? Inigo from Princess Bride, Dash says. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my brother. Prepare to die. GG. Okay, cool. So, let's see here. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. All right, we're gonna see if I can finagle some stuff around here. Could probably do this. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Okay. All right, this is what we're gonna do. All right, you ready for this? We're gonna take a quick peek at stuff. Boom. Here we go. Haha, you can see my cursor. Look at my cursor. It's a cursor, everyone. Here we go. This is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. Yes, indeed. And now you're playing with power. I love that they designed it, just like the NES Classic website, to look like the actual era that it came in. And Fuzzy says, I wasn't ready. So many. Isn't that adorable? Like, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Yes, I know, Fuzzy. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, Fuzzy, for this. All right, so the golden age of 16-bit games gaming returns. Yoshi, Samus, and the Star Fox crew are waiting for you to come and play. The Super NES Classic Edition system has the original look and feel of the 90s home console, only smaller. Plus, this one comes fully loaded with 21 games. So yeah, I think, wasn't it 30 games on the NES? I can't recall. The 90s call, they want their controllers back. 2 wired retroed SNES, Super NES Classic controllers are included for multiplayer gaming right out of the box. Get your hands on some of the best 2-player games of the era, including Super Mario Kart and Street Fighter II Turbo Hyper Fighting. The Super NES Classic Edition is compatible with the Classic Controller and Classic Controller Pro accessories. Just plug in and play. I love that it comes with 2. Very, very good call, Nintendo. Now, everyone's saying so teeny. This is where it gets really interesting. Look at this. 21 classic Super NES games. And I think it's interesting. I think they put their big hitters up at the top here. Super Mario World, of course, that's just a classic. Super Mario Kart, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Oh my goodness. F-Zero. I don't know if I'd put F-Zero as one of the best. If I'd consider that the heavy hitter over some of these others. In fact, just looking down here, I would have put Donkey Kong or Yoshi's Island or Mega Man X up there over F-Zero. But hey, you know what? That's all good. Star Fox 2. This is the incredible thing. For the first time ever, play the never-before-released Star Fox 2. How cool is that? We went through the history of that earlier. So I love that they have that. And it's like 90s era artwork there. And then we can just look. These are the other games that they include here. So, fine. I guess that makes sense for that edition. I actually don't know that I don't think I have that. I might have that version of Street Fighter 2. I don't think I do. I only have the original Street Fighter 2. If I do have this, it came in a lot at one point, and I can't remember. But I don't play it because I still prefer just the original vanilla version, to be honest. But Super Punch-Out, that's a fun game. I like that. I think it's a good entry, good thing to include. Super Castlevania 4, oh my gosh, this is the one that really has me pumped because I don't own it, and it's my favorite Castlevania game. Fuzzy says, I might be more excited about the re-release of original controllers than the system. Now, okay, is it the original controllers? I was curious about this. Let's come back to the games in just a second. Surely this cannot be where they connect, right? Because this right here, at the size that it is, would not be a controller port. I think that's just modeled in. I'm wondering, where do these connect, and what is the connector? Is it on the back? That's what I was wondering. It might be the back of the SNES that maybe they have the, and I'm assuming it's Wiimote style connectors. So where? It couldn't be on the sides. I don't know. I really don't know. But yes, these games right here, like this little thing right here, this T. Oh, excellent games. Fuzzy says Street Fighter 2 Turbo is the best version they picked, right? Okay. Hey, that's fine. I mean, actually, you're probably right, honestly. It makes more sense than having the original in there. I'll give that to you. And Fuzzy says, nah, but you know someone will make an adapter that fits the original SNES. Oh, yeah. Actually, someone already has, Fuzzy. Yeah, I was actually looking at some of those. And Jake says, oh, look, Secret of Mana. Yes, indeed. Let's come back to that in a moment. So I'm really pumped for that. A friend and I were talking about which Donkey Kong country should be included. I said it should have been all three or just this one. I think they did right with that. Mega Man X! Fuzzy, come on, Mega Man X! Hey, Nebby Gaming, welcome! Hello! We are talking about the SNES Mini, which is really cool. Mega Man X has me really pumped because that's just such a great game. That is probably one of the best titles, honestly. It's so good. It's so good. I wish that they did have, I mentioned this before, Fuzzy, I don't know if you're here, but I wish they had Mega Man X 2, 3, and 7. The reason being that I don't have Mega Man X3 or Mega Man X7, and they're so expensive. So it's just for selfish reasons. But anyway, I can't begrudge them, though. If you were going to pick one Mega Man game, Mega Man X is the way to go. Kirby Superstar, that is cool. I'm really pumped about that. I like Kirby games, of course, but I think Kirby's Dream Course has me more excited because I've never played it. I remember reading about it in Nintendo Power, but I never played it. Fuzzy says I would have been okay with X2 instead, too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, X2 is a really good game. That is really good. I do have that. That's why I was kind of thinking X3 would be fun, but X is a really good game. So, I don't know. They probably made the right call there to go with just the classic original, but maybe having X2 in there, please. Anyways, did you hear about the Snebby Gaming, the release of the SNES Mini here? There they go. Super Nintendo. What is it? Super Nintendo Classic Edition. There we go. It's very cool. So here we have Final Fantasy III. Now, is this, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not 4, right? The one that everybody loves. Or is it? No, I always get Final Fantasy naming conventions confuse me too much. X is arguably the best Mega Man game ever made, Fuzzy says. Yeah. Which one is this? Is this the one, you walk out on the snow and the start and all that? I can't remember. Yell at me if I'm wrong. Star Fox, that's why we were doing this. And Star Fox 2, the never before released Star Fox 2, will be released officially for the first time on this device, which is really, that right there makes this a worthwhile thing to get, right? Just right there, that's the case. Now, Yoshi's Island, this is a game I also don't own, and I've always wanted to. I love the art style in this, even better than any of the subsequent Yoshi's Island inspired games, including the 3DS one. I don't think they nailed the same magic as this pixel art, painterly kind of look that came here. gotta see where that's coming from. Hold on. That's so cool. That's actually from the game. If you wait that long. Oh, you have to go, Nebby? Okay, sorry. Thanks for coming and checking in, though. Dude, everyone, this is just when you just wait and the game just sits there for this long. Apparently Star Fox starts doing this, which is really cool. But yeah, I've never actually played this game either. Well, I actually in my little nerdy video game cover band that we video game music cover band. Someone brought it and we played a little bit of it there. That was the first time I played it. So we played a few of these songs, but anyway, I'm looking forward to playing that at some point. Contra 3, this is a classic one. Contra 3, The Alien Wars. Let's come back to that. Earthbound, awesome, because again, it's an expensive game. I do not own it. I like the game. I've played it on the Wii U Virtual Console. Very good. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, excellent choice. Very fun. That is a good one. I have to look a little bit more into it because I forget in this series which is which. Again, kind of like the Final Fantasy 3 here, which I heard Fuzzy say Final Fantasy 6 starts with walking through the snow, which is 3 in the U.S. Fuzzy says Final Fantasy 1, 4, and 6 came out in the U.S. Our Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 3 are 4 and 6. Okay, good. Yes, then this is the one I was hoping it would be. Awesome. And Earthbound. Earthbound is so fun. Maybe we'll have to do a little Earthbound stream at some point. And of course, the video game with the best music, bar none. I'm so pumped about Secret of Mana. That just has me so excited. What kind of exciting things do we have here at the bottom? Not a whole lot. I love this logo. I really like this minimalist logo for the classic series. And, you know, the NES one looked really good as well. In fact, I'll pull that up in a second here. Let's just do that real quick. But it's so cool because the NES one was, you know, I think that was kind of the little subtle hint that they were going to be doing this, you know, because it was like, well, if they're putting that much effort into, you know, this logo with that, and it says classics, it's almost like they've got this in mind, right? You know, this isn't just some, you know, thrown together thing. So see here, you can see this is what the NES controller logo for classics looks like, and that's on the box. I've actually got the box sitting on the shelf here, looking pretty. It's funny. It's really sad when you start realizing that you collect boxes. Oh, what a world we live in. But let's scroll up to the top of this one just to reminisce a little bit. You can see how cool this looks. This was how they did their NES Classic Edition reveal, and I think that was just brilliant the way they did it, because this is exactly how the packaging looked in the US. So kudos to them. Now that was $60, so $20 more for the Super Nintendo one. You do get some games that would provide, I'd say, more time for longer playthrough. But let's take a look real quick. Only one controller in this. That's $10 right there if you go by their price. And 30 of the best retro games. So you get 9 less games, but you get a controller for $20 more. I don't know. I think Nintendo kind of figured they should go this route because of how successful the NES Classic was. Jake, you're heading to bed for the night or the morning, as it's 3:20. Have a good rest of your stream, man. Jake, thank you so much for coming. Hope you had fun in Fallout and in the stream. As soon as things start to wind down, I'll catch out your stream. Everyone, please do check out Jake Loves Cake. I think everyone here follows Jake Loves Cake, but I'm seeing more and more the quality content that he's producing there. T says, I don't know why, but for some reason I'm yawning and it's lunchtime. I don't know. Jake says, cool, 8-bit. Nebby says, bye guys, I'll be in Discord later, guys. Sounds good. I'll catch you later, Nebby. Fuzzy says there's definitely more games that could have been included, but they picked most of the important ones. Yeah, true. And when you look at this, honestly, this list, I kind of... Okay, so you've got the Mario games. It's too bad that it's not in any order, isn't it? Donkey Kong, that's cool. You only have Mega Man 2, but that's an excellent one to include. All of the arcade ports, even Donkey Kong, to be honest, are... That's probably why they had more games, to be honest, because they are shorter experiences. It was sort of the transition between the... What did we call it? Pre-retro? Is that what we called it, Dash? Is that what I called it, I should say? I don't know. I shouldn't speak for everyone here. But anyway, it was all cool. I think that represents a different era of gaming, really. But there were a lot of games. Honestly, I've enjoyed my NES Classic and I've played it a lot, and not just in streams. And there are some really excellent titles, but there are some filler games. I'll give you that. So that's just my opinion. So, anyways, that's really cool. I am also interested in the fact that a lot of people have been posting these memes about the SNES Classic Edition in the US compared to Japan and Europe, because they are two different things. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can just find the thing I'm looking for. A lot of people say that it's a nicer looking system. I mean, honestly, I think I'm one of the minority. In fact, I tweeted this out earlier. Let's pull up my Twitter for a moment. What did I tweet? Let's see what I tweeted here. Let's go to my... we're going to do a shameless plug here. In just a moment. Let's go to... yeah, here we go. So what did I write? I wrote, am I the only one that thinks the US model SNES is nicer? It has a cooler and more era-appropriate color palette and design, in my opinion. So, I think so. I think it's, I think that's true. I stand by those words. I think that the PAL version, I like the design, but I don't think it feels of that era as much. And the color palette is, I think the darker gray and then the bright colors is a little bit jarring. And I think that I think that the purple hues are very 90s, so I think that's really cool. So anyway, all right, that's a thing that I feel. What do you think? And Acrelia says, yeah, I feel an exhaustive list would have taken away from the nostalgia trip that the console was intended to be. I think the filler games can cater for those that had the games and feel that special warm fuzziness that playing childhood stuff brings. Oh, that's a good point. And Fuzzy says, planning to get a Famicom and Super Famicom for my collection once I finish out the older English consoles. Oh, like the actual, not the minis. I was gonna say, well, good luck with that. But yeah, no. Acrelia says I grew up with the PAL version, so no. I mean, honestly, this is very much nostalgia, and yeah. I'm kind of, for the sake of being a little bit snotty, I'm making this, this particular, statement. Because really, at the end of the day, honestly, at the end of the day, it's a fairly subjective thing here that we're talking about. So look, check this out. All right, you're probably what are we talking about here? This is it. This is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the PAL version, right there. And this is why I kind of it's a really cool design. I mean, it's what the second version of the SNES in the US. It's you can tell that second version was more influenced by this version. It's a very sleek, very clean design. I'll give you that. It's really cool. It is cool. I do think that the grays, all of the various grays, clash just a bit with the bright colors of the buttons. That's kind of where I'm going with that. But I mean, it's a really good system. Like, it's a really nice design. If I were to look at the comparable system, it's a good system. I'm not trying to harass this poor system, but let's pull up the SNES, the beloved SNES, the US version of this system, and then compare it here. Let's see. Well, this is a little interesting, but it'll do. Yeah, so we compare it, and it looks like that, right? Good old Super Nintendo Entertainment. I'm just pulling up Google Photos here, folks, just so you know. See, I really still stand by. I love the look of this system. I don't know why people, even US people, will talk smack about this. It's such a clean system. I like that you only have. I mean, you have a lighter gray overall for most of the body, which makes it look kind of modern. It's more like a white, system, like a Wii. And then you've got just the purple, the two tones of the purple with the two tones of the gray. Really, I think it's really well thought out from a color perspective. The shape of it is a little goofy, not going to lie. It's a little goofy. It's definitely not as sleek as the PAL version, but I think that it fits the original NES more. It feels more like an in-between this, if it's this between an NES and an N64, and I think that's the reason I tend to look at it this way. Nicola says, I have my nostalgia shades on. There's no convincing me with your US purples. Yeah, fair enough. Likewise, I have that same feeling, same nostalgia feeling that is totally swaying me on that. It's what you grow up with at the end of the day. I still think there's something to be said about the fact that it has just the nice purple colors there for the buttons. I'm actually not really a huge fan of the whole colored buttons thing, although I'm becoming more of one now that it's becoming more of a thing. But the 360 took basically that whole concept and made it popular again, and it's kind of back in vogue. But here, let's compare. Lest I forget, this is the other important thing I need to pull up, because there's more here than meets the eye, because there is actually another version of the SNES. Yes, indeed. There is indeed. So let's see here. The other version is this one. Look at that. That's the what was it? Model 2? I think the Model 2. This is a great. I think it's the Model 2. I might be wrong on that. It's a great little machine. It's actually a lot smaller than it looks from pictures. When I got mine, I was like, what? Oh, the SNES 2. There you go. Ugh, yeah, the SNES 2. What, Fuzzy? You don't like this? You don't like the SNES 2? Well, it did take out all of the good video outputs. That's true. That was unfortunate. I wish they hadn't done that. Otherwise, it's a really cool system. I like the look of it. And Tease says everyone's talking about the SNES and stuff, and I'm over here like I had a Wii. That's great. Fuzzy says, yeah, if I can get the mini systems, that's great. I'd still have been collecting the originals though. Fuzzy says the system basically made me obsessed with video games as a kid, still going strong 20 years later. And Fuzzy says, I mean, it kind of looked like a kitchen appliance. It does look a little bit like a George Foreman grill, doesn't it? But I still like it. I think it's cool. I didn't have one for the longest time. I picked up this and the whatever the second, the NES toaster, not toaster, excuse me, the NES top loader. I picked those up later, more recently, I should say. Speaking of, yeah, because this is the other thing. So that came out. When did that come out? I feel like I should look this up or something. But let's look up NES top loader. The top loader, because everyone knows what the NES looks like, right? But let's pull up the top loader system and compare it. Now, wait a minute. What is this? No, that's not right. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So this is the top loader here. I'm going to pull it up one moment. This is a really... Oh, yeah. I love the NES top loader, except they took out the AV ports compared to the original. Exactly, Fuzzy. You couldn't do... What is it? You couldn't do composite on the top loader. And on the SNES Model 2, you can't do S-Video. They took out the ability to do S-Video. It's only composite out. So both of these revisions really did limit the functionality or some of the audiovisual quality, which is unfortunate. I always loved the dog bone controller, though. I've always loved the dog bone controller. I bought one back in the day to play my NES games on my regular toaster, and yeah, it's still one of my go-to controllers. I'm now, for nostalgia reasons, I kind of go back to the rectangular one, but generally when I play NES games, I pick up the dog bone. And what Acrelia goes, what is that thing and why was it made? Well, that's a strong opinion there, Acrelia. I don't like that model's looks. This one, are you talking about the top loader? I will say, honestly, it's really weird too when a game is in it. It just does not feel right to see a game slotted in the top of this machine. It's very strange. It's one of the reasons that people like it is because being a top loader, you avoid the potential damage to the pins. And that's a common issue a lot of people have. And T's gonna be right back. You're hungry? No problem. But yeah, the pins in the original NES would often bend. I mean, it's just a function of slotting it in and pushing it down. The pins would bend. And so over time, you'd actually lose the ability for the cartridge to connect, all the pins to connect well. So this actually alleviates that issue by being a top loader, because it's just you push it in, you aren't bending the pins by pushing the cart down or the game pack down. So a lot of people will actually buy this and then mod it to accept all of the same outputs as the original NES. I just don't like modding consoles. I feel like that defeats the purpose. I'd rather keep things as they were and play it on a CRT as it was played, So that's why I haven't really done that. But that's why people like this system. I personally prefer the controller over the system itself. But I have a CRT off to the side of my main CRT for the retro games that I have this hooked up to with the Model 2 SNES and the Model 2 PlayStation one, the PS1, the actual PS1 as they called it, and then the original original PlayStation is hooked up to the main TV there. Why? Well, it's fun when we are getting together, playing music, playing video games, and just chilling, and we can have kind of like side-by-side little tournaments or play some games and stuff, so it's a lot of fun. And the other thing was, I can't remember if I made a trade for it or not, but I got a really good deal, package deal, bundle deal when I was at a retro convention to get this particular model. And that was that was the thing. I also liked the ability to just pick it up and go and take it to wherever and play before the NES Classic Edition came out. Once the NES Classic Edition came out, I was like, oh, well, this is easier. But at one point I was like, oh, this is cool because it's just a little bit smaller and I can just take it and I won't be as worried about my childhood NES being damaged. But anyway. Whoops, nearly killed my setup by getting my foot caught on a cord. That's no good. That's no good at all. Okay, Fuzzy, I've only made an exception for my SNES because the mod is only a cosmetic to the interior plastic. I don't figure I'll mod any of the others. Yeah, I know a lot of people where they've done that particular. I know exactly what you mean. The clipping the whatchamacallit, the little tabs there so that it accepts PAL and NTSC-J games. But yeah, I still can't bring myself to doing that. Although I know that I did break a little piece of the corner of my SNES somehow. Like, honestly, probably in a move or something. And it's on the back, on the base. You never see it, but it like rattles around in there. But I've never had to open up my Super Nintendo. So I'm like, I don't really want to. So there's just like, when I pick it up and move it, there's just this little rattle of a little bit of plastic in there. It kind of bugs me, and I'm like, I kind of want to open it up, clean it out, and do all that. But I'm like, I've never opened it. I've never had to. So I don't want to. Okay, Carly, I don't know if I understand your question. What kinds of PlayStation games do you prefer? Do you mean, is that just a general question? What PlayStation original, first gen PlayStation games do I like? Or do you mean the console? And Fuzzy says, I didn't open mine to do the mod. You can just reach with cutters in there and cut the tabs. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was kind of a tangential thought, but it was more to do with breaking plastic, saying that there is some broken plastic on my SNES already. But anyway. But no, I see, that's the thing, though. Honestly, it would bother me. Like, I have a real attention to detail when I'm fixing up and cleaning systems. So I try and make sure, like, the wires are tidy. Computers, whatever. But, like, consoles, for some reason, I just get really nitpicky. But, if I were to do that mod ever, I probably would take it completely apart and use, like, I don't know what I would use. Probably a Dremel and try and really do a clean cut as best I could. Just because I'm like that. But I just don't think I could bring myself to doing it. But yeah. Let's look up here. Since we were talking about PlayStation, we look up the PS1. Pull that up for the sake of pulling it up, I guess. And I actually I have the screen on it too, which is kind of fun. It's kind of cool. I always thought it was a pretty nice looking system. And I have the clear blue controller to go with this, which I like. I think it's a good looking mix here. I think I've got one this color as well. But yeah, that's the version I have with my other sort of Model 2s, and then the rest are all originals in the main space. But the original PlayStation, I barely ever played. I actually only have played it a little bit. Mostly I play on this one with the screen. And mostly on the PlayStation, I've played like... What? I've played... I've played the Mana game. I've played... I'm trying to think what else. Like the Mega Man games, stuff like that. So, okay, yeah. Carly says, I mean, original games from a fresh-faced Mana's time and now when you fire up the PS1. Okay, so, yeah. So, let's talk about PlayStation games. What have I mostly played? Hold on a second. Let me actually get real here. Let me see if I can find it. I'll actually pull up... Oh, you know what? Here, you know what? Let me do it this way. Let me actually pull up my list of PS1 games, because this will help me. I haven't played some PlayStation games, original PlayStation games, in a little bit. Again, most of what I play is on stream, so... T says, classic me nearly breaking hundreds of dollars of equipment. Oh, no. Yeah, the PS1 with the portable screen is killer. Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. I really liked that. Okay, yeah, let's talk about PlayStation since that came up. I would love to. I'd love to. Let's do this. I feel like this should be an IRL or something like that right now, but we'll talk. It's retro. It's all on topic. Maybe it could be talk show is what it could be. We're evolving into what I want to do with talk show. This is the direction I want to go. You heard that here first. More details to be released at a future date. What is he talking about? Well, you'll find out. All right, let me pull up my... so I've got this. Let me filter by PlayStation. Here we go. Back. Done. All right, first, let me take a look at what games I've got here. Well, okay, first of all, the Crash Bandicoot series, awesome. That was actually the very first PlayStation game I ever played. It was at a KB Toy Stores, and I was really excited because it was a new video game, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. But I was also really confused because I'd never played a 3D game like that before. I was like, what is this dark magic? And it was that, I think that was my first. And then Tomb Raider, I think they had both of those at a kiosk, and I played both, or maybe I went back. I don't remember, but I know that those were the first games I played at this in-store kiosk. But Crash Bandicoot, that's also Ms. Mana's favorite. She really enjoys that. Okay, what else do I have here? Chrono Cross. Oh, okay, so I should tell you, I didn't own a PlayStation until this PS1, and it was actually sort of a hand-me-down from my brother-in-law, and the portability was nice because, and it being small was nice because I was actually it was when I was living in Boston. And so what was really cool, I was kind of getting into all these games. What really made me want to play it was Legend of Mana, because I had never played it. That was the first game that I said, hey, I really want to get this game. So Legend of Mana, I played through. That game is awesome. Really cool. It's very different from Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana is still the pillar of the series for me, but Legend of Mana is a very cool game in its own right. But then I went to this little place, this little cool comics store. It was Newbury Comics, and they sold used games for a while, and I would just pick them up. And they had PlayStation games there for dirt cheap. I mean, like $1 or $2. And I picked up an E.T. game. I've got it right here, E.T. the Extraterrestrial Interplanetary Mission. And it's actually a really fun game. It's way more fun than it should be. And I played a lot of Final Fantasy VII trying to figure out what the hype was. I do not like that game. I've got Mega Man X4, X5, X6. Mort the Chicken, which is actually a really obscure and weird game, but really fun. I can't even describe it. Maybe I'll have to play it. By the way, there's nothing preventing me from playing PlayStation games on stream. In fact, now that I'm looking at these games, I'm actually thinking, maybe I should stream that one. Ooh, maybe I should stream that. I think I'm going to play Mort the Chicken on stream. Not an ET game, T says. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. What else is here? Ridge Racer, San Francisco Rush. Oh, Soul Blade. There we go. There we go. Soul Blade, the first entry in the Soul Calibur series. That's a great one. Spyro. Spyro is my favorite. Spyro is my favorite from PlayStation. It's just a brilliant game and series. Star Wars Dark Forces, of course, that's a good one. What else do we have here? Oh, Xena! The Xena Warrior Princess game. Oh my gosh. It's actually the best Xena game, probably. I like the fighting game on the N64, but the PlayStation version of it is a 3D platformer action-adventure game. It's actually really fun. So, that's cool. And no more video game crashes, T. Acrelia says, did you ever pick up or dabble with the light gun in Time Crisis and Point Blank? No, I never did. I never did. And Fuzzy says, for me, Symphony of the Night, Parasite Eve, Final Fantasy VII, and Tactics, Street Fighter Alpha 2. Ooh, Street Fighter Alpha 2, nice. Mega Man X4. There are others, I'm sure, but those are the ones I think of for PS1. There are some other games, too, and I can't remember what they all are. Those are just the ones I own, but there were some that I borrowed from my brother-in-law. And then there were some that I'm trying to think. I forget who I borrowed them from. And I can't remember what they are. They're all on the memory cards. And I actually got one of those Dex Drive things to back up my memory cards. So I have all of those. Fuzzy says, and Soul Blade, there's an arcade close to me that has a Soul Edge cabinet. Oh, nice. Nice. Lucky. Dash says, ooh, I know that game, the Xena game. It is good. Yeah, it's so fun. It's really good. Xenoblade. Oh, yeah, Xenoblade was on the PlayStation, wasn't it? And that's the, Xeno games, like what's coming out on the Wii, or on the Switch soon, right? I don't know much about it. See, I'm not a huge RPG player, honestly. Turn-based games, I'm very selective. Oh, I know the other PlayStation game that I really love. It's such a good game. It is the, it's Breath of Fire 4, I think it is. The one that went with a really cool art style. I think it's 4. Oh, that game, that was like one of the first games. That, and then going back and playing Phantasy Star on the Sega Genesis, that version. Not the Master System Phantasy Star, but whatever the Sega Genesis one is, 3 or something like that. Those were the first couple games where I'm like, oh, turn-based. Huh. It's maybe not so bad. Fuzzy says, didn't see the hype for Final Fantasy VII. Isn't much of an RPG player. Kappa Kappa. Yeah. Is that making fun of me for the fact that, or like, are you saying that because I didn't see the hype for Final Fantasy VII, that makes me not much of an RPG player? Or are you saying that maybe it's cool to say that there's too much hype for Final Fantasy VII? No, that's what you're saying. Okay. You were saying the thing that I thought you were saying. Yep, I'll take it. Akelia, all my PlayStation bar 1 died. I should get around to seeing if I can breathe life into them. I have a multi-tap as well for 4-player fun. Oh, nice. No, you admitted you weren't much of an RPG player. That's true, Fuzzy. Oh, all your PlayStation controllers. Oh, bar 1. Okay, I thought you were talking about... I was going to say, why did you have multiple PlayStations? Yeah, the controllers could be a bit finicky. I've never... honestly, the early Sony PlayStation controllers... Not a huge fan of the feel of them. I never really liked the directional pad on them. So that's why I really like the I always forget what it is. The Logitech controller I use. Whatever that one is. I can't think of what it is. I've always liked that one because, like I said, it's got a good D-pad. The D-pad, it would chafe my thumb on the Sony ones until eventually, if I used them enough, then it kind of they wore down a little bit, you know. But I mean, you know, with later consoles, that's not much of a big deal. I do really like the placement of the analog sticks that Sony went with. I think that is far more natural and a pleasant place to play down below the directional pad and the buttons. I think that's better. T says, all these games are new because my first video game was Wii Sports. Nice. Yeah, Curly says, nah, the D-pad was a bit... Yeah. That is like the one real big issue. Yeah. Well, as we could talk Wii. Well, I actually... Okay. So let me just sort of say, because this is sort of somewhat... I've got a few ideas. So one of my things is... Should I say it? Okay. I'm talking about doing a face reveal. I'm really likely to do this, doing a face reveal for patrons as a kind of an opportunity to for you know, patrons, we can do just to hang out and chat kind of thing. And it wouldn't be streamed or recorded, but it would be a thing initially with patrons, and doing this maybe somewhat soon. I'll just leave it at that for now, because details will be provided at a later date. We're just having a good chat, so I'm feeling like it's time to kind of share some of this stuff. So along with that is my desire to do a few other types of streams, and I do want to do some retrospectives, some talk show style things with more dialogue than I'm doing now. This is more of a retrospective, kind of how I would imagine, or how I'm putting together my thoughts and ideas for a retrospective style stream. We're kind of doing like a beta version right now, not really intending to do it. But then, yeah, I'm very much interested in doing. I don't want the video game playing to end up being with face cam. I want to keep it how I do it, but I would like to do some where we can have a chat, do a talk show style, and it would be face cam, and we would, you know, I could pull up images kind of how I am now, but I have actually some ideas on how I want to do it a little more elegantly. And anyways, T says, I bet Mana looks like a boss, and Nikrelli says, can't you see him in the chair there? Yeah, see me talking right now. I've been told by many people who know what I look like and have seen my me that I look a lot like my me. So that's just some good words, you know, there. That's good. But anyway, yeah, so just to let you know, those are some of the things. I'm not going to tell you too much about how I have these things laid out, but I have been putting work into them. I have been putting some work into the slides, and you probably noticed just all around, I mean, everything. Like, hey, remember we were playing a game earlier? What do you think of that overlay and the way that it looks? I'm pretty proud of that. That's not a camera, T says. I mean, I feel like little by little, I'm really getting to the look that I really want with this stream. I really want it to be just this really kind of, you know, now that neon is kind of back in these sort of 90s colors, I kind of thought it'd be really cool. And what did you think? What do you think of the you know, the Mii's and the, you know, my Minecraft skin and everything kind of in the background? Obviously that wouldn't be for everything, you know, 16:9, you don't see enough of it to make that worth it. But I thought that was kind of cool for, you know, the retro scene. I just think it's evolving. It's an ongoing process, refining everything, making it look how I really would like it to look. So I'd love to know your thoughts on it. But anyways, I'm working on some other scenes and sources for these other types of streams. Of course, we've got the Star Wars role-playing game coming up, and I'm really excited. I've been putting a little bit of work into that, and I think that's going to look really nice, how the whole overlay is going to work. And I want to get it right. There's still some games that I'm kind of like Secret of Mana. I'm holding off a little bit longer. I want to get the overlay sort of a little bit, I just want to get it right before I stream such an important game to me. And actually, I don't quite know how I want to do that. I haven't even really planned it or thought about it, because that game is so important to me on a very personal level, as well as just being one that I love so much, hold so dear, as just an excellent game, but also just, where I was in my life and my family, and playing that game together. It's a really important game to me, and there's a reason that I'm Art of Mana, and that game is a big part of it. So I'm holding off. I'm not doing that just yet. Slightly Fuzzy says, got to do a Secret of Mana co-op stream. Yeah, that's an idea. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could maybe invite some friends to join me. We could do that. I don't know, but I'm holding off, at least for now. T says, quite minty, I would say. Thank you. And Crowley says, for real though, T, I feel that you were lucky to have a Wii for a first console. It is such a wholesome catalog of games, particularly Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Greatest games ever produced, in Acrelia's opinion. And you know what? Acrelia, that's a great point. I often say this, and it's there in my About page on my website and everything. My two favorite consoles, and they're pretty much tied, Super Nintendo and the Nintendo Wii. The Wii is an excellent video game system. So good. Vast library of games. Everything about the system. It really was fantastic. And still is. It's still so much fun to play. Its design is excellent. The games are excellent. The controllers are excellent. So many options and things. I still think the most comfortable... I mean, when I was playing Batman the other day, just playing the nunchuck and the Wii remote, one in each hand, it's just so comfortable. So, yeah, it's a great system. And and when they got dirt cheap, because it's such a great system and because I like it so much, I may have a few. But, like, literally one of them was given to me, said, here, this is just, it had a damaged case, and otherwise it worked fine. And so I just got a clear plastic, clear green see-through case with an LED mod in it, and I just put the guts of that Wii into that. It was just, people were giving these away at one point. It's funny how, give it a little bit of time, it'll go back up. People are gonna seek after the Wii because in my opinion, it's an excellent system, but I have a real strong sense, and this is based on just what I've seen in other consoles and how people view other consoles later. I think it's going to become one that people are really going to be nostalgic for and are going to go back and pay big money for and collect for it. And you're going to see the same thing that's happening for the Super Nintendo happening with the Wii. So many people grew up, like you, on the Wii. So I think they're, when you're a little bit older and have more expendable money, you might be in the boat of hunting down all of these Wii games, So I think it'll happen. The Wii is an excellent system, unless Nintendo really changes the way that the gaming world works and starts releasing games Netflix style, or you start seeing all the virtual console just being very current. But I suspect people will still hunt out the Wii for nostalgic reasons. It is just such a good game, and there's so many games that people overlook that are so good. But that's the way with every console. When it comes to the next generation, it's like this weird in-between time. A PlayStation 2, a beloved console for many, a really excellent system with so many games for it. I think it's the number one selling home console system, and I mean dirt cheap. There was a time I picked up 30 plus games at GameStop for $5 because they were literally wanting to just give away these things because they just had these bins, and they just need to sell them. It was just ridiculous. So, yeah. And Nicole laughs and says, "Of course you have multiple Wiis." I'm sorry. I know. I really have to stress, I am not a rich man. Oh, I am rich in many things. But it's just that I share with people, and this is okay. I'm getting into territory of another. Okay, one of my talk show topics that I'd like to do is how to collect for video games. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that right now. That's one of my episodes that I'm working on. And so because it's fresh in my mind, I'm gonna share a little bit. But one of the things I tell people, is I tell people that I am into video games. I just flat out let people know that I like video games, that I play video games, and that I if you ever have old games that you want to sell or give away, if you find video games, and I just say this, and it's amazing what happens. So many people are just like, you will enjoy this more than me. And I show them, and this is the other thing, I take good care of what I get, and I fix up stuff that's broken. I take good care of what I get. And when you do that, people, the way I've seen it is, I've had people, give me really good deals or give me games that are meaningful to them because they appreciate that I am going to appreciate it. And I think that means a lot. These are things that are important to people. There's a bit of nostalgia in all of this. And so I think if you show that same respect to the things that they care for, that they, remember with fondness, then that means something to them. It makes it easier for them to say, what, it's not doing anything for me, and they can pass it on. So that's just to sort of say, if you're looking at collecting, that's a good way to get started. A lot of the stuff I had, like I said, people will say, here, if you can fix it up, it's yours, or they'll clear out a closet. One person I met actually through a Craigslist ad, and she was getting rid of she was getting rid of all of her collection, and it was kind of it was a really interesting. I won't go into details of the whole story, but it was really interesting. It was just at a part in her life where having some money was more important, and this was a very important collection to her with a lot of memories. And I was in a position where I could, and she knew what she had and the value, and I did as well. And I wasn't trying to, or to, rip her off or anything. And she respected that, and we talked, and she really felt good as we talked about, the fact that I was going to care for these games, and I felt better owning it. It was really cool because it gave me a sense of the importance of these Sims. Because when you buy it new, it's like, oh, this is mine, and you always, it's kind of this feeling like, oh, it's cool. I remember getting this. But sometimes, I buy something used, and it's like, it's a little beat up, but I don't know the story behind it. But it was like I knew the story behind these games that I was getting. And so, I ended up buying the lot from her. And then she said, you know what, if I find anything, I think I have some other stuff. She talked about a few other things. And she also mentioned a few she was hanging on to. She wasn't sure if, she wanted to part with it. And, so, I just gave her my number, and we talked and connected and, played some games online and stuff a bit too. I took a picture of, I cleaned up some of the games and stuff because a couple of them were a little bit dirty from storage. And so I snapped a picture and sent it to her. Anyway, and then later she said, you know what, I do need, the money, and I do want to part with these games, and are you interested? And again, I was at a point where I could, and it's just one of those memories, one of those things that stands out in my mind as a really cool experience. And it makes those games in my collection that much more meaningful. So, yeah, don't do it for just look how many games I can get. And that's the other thing is, yeah, you'll end up getting a lot of games more than you'll ever play, and that's true. And you'll get a lot of games that you don't care for as much in the process of it. But it's the human interaction. It's going to these conventions. It's talking to people, getting to know them that I think is so cool about this hobby. And the other thing that's neat is, when you find those games, what I search for the most are the games I remember playing that I don't have yet. And when you find that perfect copy that you're looking for, that's the game, that's the condition. It's like the Indiana Jones, you're just like giddy with excitement. And it's a fun hobby. It's a fun hobby. And anyways, I'm hoping I haven't bored you there, but that's just a little insight about me and how I've kind of accumulated some games. And I don't have a huge collection. I have, I think, a modest collection. And that's why I also want to stream these games, and I want to share more with you and break out the other games, and kind of go through them with you and share that experience and my memories. And I hope it's interesting, and that this is where I'm hoping to take streaming. This is where I think my heart is in streaming. It's more about the stories, the interaction, and there are things I want to go back to. It was fun to play a little bit of Minecraft the other night. But the more I keep progressing, the more I come back to, this is the kind of stuff I really care about. And doing this with other people is what makes it really meaningful for me. So, thank you. Acrelia says, it's cool to hear your trip, like your sharing of questing for the NES Classic. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's interesting to people, or maybe entertaining, or maybe just not boring. Like, if nothing else, even if it's just not boring, I appreciate that. Dash says, nah, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Dash. And Dash says, yes, that's the curse of every console. Way too many games to ever play them all. Yes. And Crowley says of the Wii, it was phenomenal, to be honest. It changed a lot of things for gaming. It was even popular in nursing and old folks' homes to keep the old-timers entertained in their common areas. Yeah, the Wii is a fantastic system. And honestly, a big part of the SNES, why I put the Wii and the SNES on the same, level for me for favorites, it's nostalgia for the Super Nintendo. Though, there are some games that are just that good, that they define the system. I mean, it's just classic games. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. I've been talking a lot. One moment. I think it's as we were talking last time about the games that define an era of gaming, or the type of games, and the style. Super Nintendo was the system that refined retro games, and now it's the era that people look back to and bring modern touches and flourishes to modern games of similar genres, going back to those old genres that were really sadly cast aside in favor of the polygon era. And I'm glad to see it that with the rise of indies, we're seeing a lot more platformers, we're seeing a lot more beautifully crafted pixel art and things like that, because it's an art style, and it can be done really well. But the Wii, as you just said, Acrelia, it was a pivotal moment. I think we'll see it much like the Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't think there's really anything like it in video games. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. the Atari 20, everything that came before the Nintendo Entertainment System is almost forgotten by a lot of people. And then the NES is this this whole sea change of of reinvigorating the video game market. And then from there, it was a process of refining. With the Wii, it was another sea change in the market, and it was, I think, very much inspired with the whole DS and everything. But it was really, looking at the blue ocean of other, bringing other gamers into gaming, simplifying what had become overly complex controls, and bringing unique experiences and different experiences. And it was, I still know people who are not gamers who have a Wii in their house. That says a lot. And T says, don't you just love it when you have a modem that was made in the year 1546? What? I'm sorry, T. But yes, so there's all that. My goodness, boy, my voice, my throat is like sore from talking this much, but it sure has been fun to talk about this stuff with you. I hope that we have more opportunities soon to do more of this, just this. Let me what do you think? What should we do? I'm up for playing a little bit more Star Fox. Since now more of the stream has been me talking than actually playing Star Fox. What is our uptime anyway? Let's check this out. Uptime. 2 hours 30 minutes.
Whoa, thank you. How generous.
Zizal, thank you. Aw, Zizal got the fireworks. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And thanks, man, Acrelia, thank you for your cheer earlier. Thank you, Zizal. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know you were there, Zizal. Oh man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you hanging out and chilling with me. Man, that's cool. Well, what do you think, by the way? What do you think of the new sort of cheer animations and all that stuff? You like it? I think it's cool. Ziza, how are you doing? Do. You like it? It's fun. Cool. Coming in clutch, T says. So yeah, oh man. Thank you both so much. Oh my gosh. This is great. Let's go ahead and let's move stuff around. Hold on. I actually I'm moving things. I moved stuff around in order to do what I was doing with all of the website stuff, and I actually moved the CRT, the small CRT, off of my desk onto the floor next to me. Let me move it back onto the desk. One moment. And Acrelia says they're a nice touch. It was a lovely idea to have the Friends of Mana involved. Thank you. I really like that myself. It's a nice little reminder that we are a community, you know? And by the way, I know I made it a contest before, but honestly, if you would like to record something for this, feel free. And it can be anything. I've edited all of these down, added little things, and mixed it in to be the alert. So you can feel free, if you want to add something, go for it. Just go ahead and send it to me. It can be even something recorded on your phone. No problem. And what is this? T says, is anyone here a part of the long-lost organization of the Cool Kids Club? Oh, what is that? That sounds familiar, but I've forgotten what it is. I don't know what that is. So Zizal, how are you, my friend? What's new and exciting? Let's oh, can we not? I'm pushing the buttons. Arrgh. It's not working. Sorry. In a silly mood today, T-Biscuit. I think, yeah, I'm button mashed. I think we're all a little bit in a silly mood right now, but sorry, Zizal. It's been a weird month. I saw a couple of your couple of your tweets and your orange bike tweets. Those actually made me laugh. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's been a busy month for me too, and it's just kind of, Dash says, just a wee bit punchy. Yep, I'm a little tired. It's true. So sorry about